Welcome back to the Marathon Mortgage Happy Hour. I'm Mike Witzak.
My name is Rory Farrell.
And who's in the middle today?
My name is Kristin.
Kristin, all right.
Yeah.
And you're with it's My Philly Cassell, right?
Yes.
So you're on the My Philly Cassell team. What do you do for the team here?
I do a little bit of everything, a lot of behind the scenes stuff, write contracts, put up listings on MLS,
Okay.
Put up rental listings on apartments.com. We use a property management website called Hemlane. I put listings up there.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Go through my emails, go through Rich's emails.
Whatever Rich dumps on your desk on Monday morning.
Much. I do a lot of apartment showings for the rentals that we have and the properties we manage.
Awesome.
I do property management as well. Rich's wife, Kristin, is going to take over some of that workload for me. She's going to do more of the computer work, and I'm going to do the field work, like showings, walkthroughs when tenants move out.
Awesome.
All that fun stuff.
All right,
so
cool.
I
like a workhorse behind the scenes. You're like getting stuff done.
Yes. I tried sales for a little bit as far as selling real estate, but that's not really my wheelhouse. So
Okay.
went back to what I know.
Yeah,
That's all that matters, yeah.
I think what Rich has done is just kind of building a team of people who are good at what they're good at, right? So like obviously he's good at the listings and the sales, and sounds like we got a social media manager involved, and you're good at the behind the scenes technical kind of,
You're like the whole backbone pretty much. You know what I mean? You're running around, you're doing a lot of work. I mean, that's crazy.
Yeah, I started working with Rich when it was only him. So now supporting, we have 3 other agents on the team. It's a lot. It's definitely, the work has amped up a lot. I also have my license, but I just, like I said, I'm not.
It's not your thing.
No, it's not my thing.
That's good to have though.
Yeah.
Right?
Like
On the off.
if I have friends that want to see houses, or if I knew someone that came to me that wanted to use me as their agent, I definitely would do that with Rich's mentorship as far as like negotiating. Like, I don't really know what I'm doing when it comes to that. So I would do it then, but I feel like I'm not being myself when I'm out there and being salesy.
No, makes sense.
I mean, that's such a value to have too, is just kind of being self-aware of like, hey, what am I good at? What am I not so good at? And the things that I'm not so good at, maybe leaning on Rich for, or let's say you are working with a friend, you're like, I know that we have the relationship, so we're going to lean on that, but also I have the expertise of my other teammates.
Yeah. And I do rental showings, but I also think that's a little bit different because a lot of the times you just tell the person the amenities, let them see it, and have a conversation with them. It's a lot easier. Don't really have to do the negotiation aspects.
Yeah. I mean, we have processors in our office, and like Courtney, I remember asking Courtney the other day, I was like, dude, why don't you get your license? And she's like, no. She's like, I have no
She sees us banging our head against the wall. She's like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah. She's like, this is what I like to do. This is my wheelhouse. She knows herself. And she's like, I have no desire to do what you guys do. And
I think sometimes it's smart to just know what you're good at or what you're comfortable with and not try to, I mean, it's good to push yourself, but like, I don't want to do something that I'm not going to be happy about doing.
No, at the end of the day, it's about being happy and feeling fulfilled at work.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's also too, that helps with burnout. Like you're not, if I didn't like what I was doing, I would have died 2 years ago.
A long time ago.
Oh my God. Yeah. I would have burnt out and left. It's like, it's so important to be not even just like happy, but at least like, hey, I know when everything pans out, like this is what I want to do. Like this is, I'm going to be happy doing
Or like
this.
knowing what you can handle. I previously worked for a company doing customer service for 9 years and 11 months. I was like a month shy of my 10 years there. Wow. And I left to pursue real estate. But just being in customer service, I liked helping people, and and I also had to do a lot of computer work.
Oh, yeah.
And like helping to support our team because it was a car sharing company and we had a small team, so it was a lot of just all hands on deck helping out, which is kind of like what I do here. So, and kind of going back into like that customer service aspect, helping people is kind of what I do now, like especially with rentals and stuff, and just, answering clients' questions or helping the team or that stuff.
That's
Any
awesome.
customer service background is huge in this industry.
My God.
It's like just having the empathy to understand where a customer might be coming from is whether you're doing what you're doing all the way up to what Rich is doing.
But doing it for 10 years must have been exhausting. Jesus, that's insane. Good for you.
Yeah, it became a nightmare.
You could say
I quit I worked there from 2009 to 2019. I quit in April 2019. So like a year, and I actually moved out of the city. So it was like a year before COVID. And when COVID happened the next year, about almost a year later, I was like, thank God I did not work for them, because it would have been terrible.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
So that was a car sharing company that you worked for that whole time, even back as far as 2009?
Yeah, I started working there after I graduated college.
Okay.
Wow.
I'm trying to think, like, back in 2009, like there probably weren't that many car sharing companies back then.
No.
It was probably like kind of new, not new technology, but new concept.
Yes. I actually worked with Rich's wife there, which is how I met him.
Oh, okay. So you've known her for 15 years too.
Not since 2009. His wife started working there a couple of years later, but it's been a while. Probably at least like 10 years, I would say.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yep. Good.
I say after 10 years, you said I made the leap to, or, decided to pursue real estate. What? Why? Where did that come from?
So, like I mentioned, I moved out of the city. I moved back to my hometown, actually.
Which is?
2019, Hanover, Pennsylvania.
Shout out to
Gettysburg.
Hanover.
I have family that works in real estate, that's been in real estate for a really long time. So encouragement from them to get my license and work with them. I was kind of fed up with the city at that point, so I moved back home. Took my time getting my license. Helped take care of my elderly grandparents at the time. Finally got my license, and then the couple months I worked with them just didn't really pan out as I planned.
Out there, yeah.
Working with family is not always the best idea.
Oh, it's brutal. Yeah. Trust me. No, yeah.
So when I was there, just some personal reasons, like my grandfather passed away right in the beginning of COVID, and then I moved back a year later.
Okay.
And that's when you got hooked back up with?
Yeah, so actually, my sister lives in Philly as well. And she wanted to buy a house around the same time I was moving back, and the idea is like I could stay with her until I find my own place. So I actually called Kristin, Rich's wife, and I was like, oh, can Rich help my sister get a house? Because I was not familiar with the Philly market. I didn't want to get in over my head. So she was like, yeah, Rich can help her. And then they called me the next day, and they were like, Rich actually needs help. Because I had actually applied to a bunch of jobs and had interviews at other real estate companies doing similar type work. And they asked me to come and work for them. So that's kind of how it up.
It's all kind of all lined up and is serendipitous a little bit.
Yeah.
That's very cool.
And I've been here ever since.
Ever since?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Feels like just yesterday, I'm sure.
The rest is history. That's great.
Doesn't really feel like yesterday. We've been through a lot.
I was trying to be nice.
We've been through a lot, but I think he's definitely built a great team. We have great agents on the team. It's very pleasant working with everyone.
We just talked about it. It's like having that right team, that chemistry.
Yeah,
Collaboration is so huge.
Yeah, it means a lot, and it makes my life easier having a good fitting team.
Yeah.
Nice. Sounds like there's a bright future, and especially with some of the younger agents, just kind of coming on and being hungry and having Rich to guide them, and sounds like it's things are moving up. It's fun to watch.
Yeah, I think we have a good combination of people. Like Francine's new, Vinny's been in it for a while. Jolie, who's not here, she was an agent in New Jersey for 10 or 11 years, and she actually retired from her day job, and she worked for the court system in New Jersey, so she got her license in Pennsylvania. So now she's doing PA and Jersey, so it's a good combination of people with varying experiences. So it kind of makes it interesting too. Not everyone's doing the same thing.
Yeah. I'm sure you've seen a lot of different things coming on your plate there.
Mm-hmm.
And each agent doing the different things can kind of lend their expertise to the other agents who are learning different things.
Yeah.
Again, collaboration is key. It's like you're accessing all this extra information and experience that you wouldn't have, one-on-one.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, the varying it keeps it interesting. Some days you might be in some luxury townhome. Other days you might be in a construction site.
Yeah. Never know.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I like that part of it though.
That would be
you get
boring.
to go out and like go on little field trips, or I get to go show apartments, and it's like, what's gonna happen today? You never know.
What's gonna be in this apartment I'm going to right now?
Oh my god, yeah, we had a squatter one time.
Oh my god.
How did you find out? Did you walk in and be like, oh, hello?
We have these listings in South Philly. It was actually, we don't manage them, but we were renting them out for one of our clients. And it's 3 houses on a street. They're small town homes, kind of like more Southwest type Philly. And I was showing them, and I went to unlock the one, and the door wasn't locked. So I was like, oh, an agent probably forgot to lock the door, whatever. So I went upstairs, and there was like a newspaper on the floor, like
a cup of coffee,
a book, like some clothes, and like the house was vacant before I was in there. I was like, what is this? So then I was like, I forget why. Like, I just had some instinct that like, oh, someone was in there. Mm-hmm. Because I don't think I opened a door, but I think I heard someone in one of the bedrooms. So I was like, first thought was get the hell out of this
let's
house.
get out of here. We'll figure this out later.
So I got out. I called Rich, and he was like, well, are you sure there's someone in there? And I was like, yeah, I'll go look. And I was like, I just don't feel comfortable. So I'm just going to look. I'll open the door, look, and then I'll just lock the door. If there isn't someone in there, I'm just going to leave. So I went to open the front door when I was going to like lock up. And when I went to open the door, like the stairs are right there because it's a row home. And all I could see was like someone was sitting at the top of the stairs. I couldn't see the upper half of their body, but I could just see like the bottom half of the body, like their legs. And I just like shut the doors.
I just got like goosebumps. Like, I don't want to, I feel like I'm watching a Netflix movie.
I was like, oh my God, I need to get the hell out of here. But yeah, that was the only time I witnessed a squatter.
Still though. Oh my God. Wow. That's nuts. Well, that's probably the best story we've had.
That's the best story we have, yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
Well, I'm glad that you're safe.
Yeah.
Good you used your instincts and got out of there.
Yeah.
Jesus. Well, anyway, do you have any other questions you want to touch on? Or?
No, I think we should shoot to wins.
Yeah. Do you have a win that you want to discuss? Or
Let's hear it. To end on a positive note. You didn't get murdered.
No, I didn't get murdered.
With that squatter.
Okay, a win. This past summer, I started biking, and I went on a 28-mile bike ride.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's a great win.
Around the city? Or did you go out to Hanover?
So, no.
That's a nice area to probably bike around, right?
Yeah, but like some of the areas, a lot of the roads are like windy, and there's not much room. Yeah, because it's like countryside. So, no, I actually went with some friends. They do this, and like it's a big group of cyclers that do this ride. And it was like to Ardmore, like it was cool. We rode from like the art museum up the
Kelly Drive there, or
what is that Schuylkill? What is that path called?
I know what you're talking about. I don't know the name of it, but I know
exactly through the Wissahickon, like all through there, or
no? I know where you went.
Trail or whatever.
The Schuylkill Trail,
and like up to, I guess like Manayunk or East Falls.
Yeah,
and
so
then
she took Kelly Drive to like Manayunk, and then you go over that bridge there.
The Schuylkill River Trail, I think it's called. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
When was that?
Maybe in like August.
All right.
July
nice
or August. I mean, I was exhausted.
And it was nice and hot.
And it was very like hilly. Some of those hills, I was like, I'm not going to make it up these, but it was such a big group of people. I was like, you cannot get off your bike.
That is the motivation, right?
You have to go. You're going
to
be so embarrassed.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Killer.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Congratulations. Yeah.
Any
win is a good win. And we appreciate you coming on.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Hopefully we didn't make you too nervous.
Yeah.
We've had realtors come on before and they're like, I'm so nervous. But
really?
Oh yeah, before like shaking hands, and once you get into it, it's just conversation.
It's so fun.
A way to get to know people, and it's just fun.
Because we're two nobodies, so it's like it doesn't matter.
Do a lot of people listen or watch your podcast?
Yeah, thousands probably. You probably get like 1 million views on this one. No,
get ready. Your inbox is about to blow up.
YouTube, our full podcast length will probably get like 50, 60 listeners, not much. But
depends on how long they are, too.
Yeah, it depends on how long they are.
Oh, yeah.
But like Instagram Reels and clips is where we get most of our views. So we'll get a couple thousand views on Reels.
That's cool.
But yeah, it works out.
Yeah, especially when like people collaborate and they share it with their people. So it ends up like just organically getting viewed more often.
Cool.
So, nice.
So, cool. Well, thank you for coming on.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Best of luck.
Thank
On
you.
your views.
Thank you.
And hopefully Rich doesn't pile too much on your plate this week.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a never ending.
All right. Thank you very much. Have a good rest of your week and happy Friday.
Happy Friday, guys.
We took shoestrings, lemon drops, and chips from the deli. Knocked them out the box with spinning tops and skelly.